Hey everybody, Ryan McCaffrey with IGN. I'm joined by the combat designer on Rise of the Tomb Raider, Phil Therian. Good to see you, sir.
It's good to see you.
So you're responsible for making Tomb Raider, Rise of the Tomb Raider, fun to either kill people or not kill people in.
That's right. It's all about choice in Tomb Raider.
So yeah, I mean, that's something we hear. That's a term we hear bandied about all the time. How do you balance Tomb Raider, Rise? I keep saying just Tomb Raider. Just go with me on this.
That sounds good.
How do you balance a game, design a game, so that you can actually go back and forth? You know, what if I want to stealth, but I blow it, or what if I maybe want to switch back and forth?
Yeah. So one of the things we wanted to do for this game is make sure that if people don't necessarily pull off stealth right away, that they don't feel like they have to play, like loud assault the entire time. So we have many places during levels where we sort of soft reset stealth. So if you kill all the enemies, then you'll have a chance to try stealth again. And that's just part of us giving you a chance to experience everything. Well, that was a good one.
So you were stealthing for a minute, but you got spotted on that arrow to the head kill.
Yeah, and you can
literally
always
threw gas on the
fire.
fire.
You can improvise, right? So everything around Lara can be a tool, a weapon, or even a distraction. So in that case, I used the gas can to blow something up, but I could have just chucked it aside and made a noise to distract them.
What is your personal preferred way to play?
Oh, I love stealth. Actually, my favorite way is just to avoid killing people altogether because it's probably a little bit trickier. You have to be more clever, and I love being clever in Tomb Raider. It's just the best way to play.
All right, so now we come to a pretty big village. Seems like a lot of guys here. I mean, 3 just obviously standing right there. I hear a helicopter. By the way, I love the rain effects in this. I'm a sucker for good weather effects in a game. I got to imagine there's no way you could just straight up assault this. I mean, you don't have body armor or a ton of weapons.
If you're great at combat, right, you can give it a shot. But the big thing with spaces like this is we want you to be clever. So we're trying to make sure that the player gets that you should trim the herd a little bit before you engage everybody. Here, I'm showing an example of how you can actually use an arrow as a distraction, just to lure somebody where you want. Yeah, the guy's having a bad day.
His kids are going to grow up without a father now, Phil. I want you to know that.
Well, I could have avoided shooting that guy if I wanted. You can see here, like, we could use elevation. You could go under. You could use the trees. You can use rooftops.
Yeah.
Lara can pretty much go everywhere.
And I've seen, because I've had a chance, I've been lucky enough to play the first couple hours of the game. You've clearly done some upgrade work on your bow here.
Yeah, we have an upgraded compound bow. With the upgrades right now, it's doing more damage, it's shooting faster, and it's really up to the player. I missed that jump there.
Didn't matter there. You used, I'm guessing, some sort of poison arrow. Took out a couple dudes at once.
I did, and those were elites. They were armored, so that poison arrow was really a good choice there.
All right. Oop.
Don't want to get caught.
Oh, quick thinking, Phil.
I almost poisoned myself. You got to be careful with the poison arrows.
All right, back to the roof. So what sort of new, I mean, we're talking about stealth. You like stealth. I like stealth too. What are some of the upgraded or new stealth moves you can unlock as the game progresses?
There's actually a lot of different things. You can craft things like smoke bombs to conceal Lara. You have a bunch of moves that you can also unlock that do various things in combat. You can get guys from the bushes. You can actually upgrade the knife so that you can do that quick stealth kill I just did there. And it's really up to you, right? Like if you're more into the stealthy approach, then there's also abilities that make you do less noise when you do a stealth kill, stuff like that. Or you can have softer landing when you're dropping from trees. There's really a ton of things.
All right, so we clearly are trying to get up into that big house. Should we change it up a little bit here? You want to show me something else?
Absolutely. I'm going to show you a little bit of misdirection and creating a little bit of controlled chaos. So I'm going to go gorilla in this fight.
Joker play style here.
I like to keep him guessing.
Ooh.
Little poison arrow. What's your friend doing? Explosions. These guys are like, what's going on at the house?
Oh, shock. Well, not messing around here.
And these are all things I could have been using during stealth as distractions, but now I can craft them into, this is a shrapnel grenade, we have Molotovs. That guy almost,
you're so...
That was close.
Oh, you got it, all right.
You can heal in combat, and you can actually speed that up too, that's a skill. really useful.
Here we go, Molotov. Who doesn't love a good Molotov cocktail in a video game?
Fire is amazing. Fixes all sorts of problems. Use a little explosive arrows to break some cover
One
here.
up top. Plenty of fun red barrels around too. I'm sure you could have made good use of those.
Absolutely. All right, I think I'm gonna try to do a smoke screen on this one. Get rid of that bottle.
I don't need you, booze.
I have a plan. All right.
Ooh.
If enemies are caught in smoke, they'll start coughing too, so that was useful. Don't forget to heal.
Ooh. Are you still standing? No, you're, wait. All right.
Last one.
Nicely done.
Thank you. It's a lot of fun.
All right, so let's run that again. Let's take a look at it a little stealthier this time.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
Phil, you say you prefer stealth. I'm with you. I always up for a good stealth game.
I will not be seen.
So, what do you think? Are you going to try to avoid everyone here?
I'm going to take out that guy because I don't want him to see me when I'm walking in front of him. Plus, it's just a super cool move.
Sorry, I had to kill you. It was just too cool not to.
I could avoid even that guy, but
How many iterations does a combat scene like this go through in order to balance out the different play styles?
oh, many. We'll go through this so many times to make sure every play style is accounted for. We try to account for all the possibilities. So everything you could interact with in here, we thought of, or at least we hope we did. So if you have a cool idea, it should work in there. And that's really what it's all about, is making sure that you have choice and the freedom to do what you want.
So what happens as you're iterating through that in the design process? Like, do you go like, okay, we need to add one more shrub there to hide in, or things like that?
Yeah, it could be AI. It could be, we're doing this thing and we want the enemies to react a certain way, or we're playing and everybody wants to go in that spot, and we just do it over and over again. So we do both internal and external playtests to make sure that we get that information. But yeah, I mean, it's just iteration over iteration. So I'm being careful here.
Is that's probably the really super difficult part of game development that most players don't even think about, right? Like, you've done this, you've gone through this a million times.
Oh yeah, plus there's so many different ways you can play these settings, right? We have to account for so much stuff.
Man, just decades of video game playing make it. I'm just watching this. I'm like compelled. Like, oh, you're gonna go over there and kill him, right?
You could, but
you did get your XP bonus there for scooting out of
did.
that area without hurting anybody.
yeah, absolutely. Well, except that first guy.
Sorry, first guy. All right, I believe in you, Phil. I know you can do it.
You gotta be careful.
So that's the smoke grenade there, right?
Yeah, I'm just gonna use the
shrapnel.
can though. I'm trying to be stealthy right now. I'm just gonna lure that guy inside. Am I? Oh, I'm sticking out. All right.
Well, that went to hell.
That can happen. All right, now it's time to use those distraction tools as weapons. It calls for it. It's getting close.
Oh man. So the combat can ebb and flow pretty quickly in this game, then.
Yeah, if you're not too careful, you can go into a full-on firefight. And if you haven't trimmed enough enemies, it could be really hard, like I'm doing right now. This isn't the easiest thing in the world.
Just pelt him in the chest with a can of gasoline.
It worked. We want Lara to be clever, so if the player's really resourceful, you can do all sorts of really interesting things in here. Using that can as a weapon. Oh, no ammo! No ammo!
No ammo! Nice shot.
That was close.
Nice shot.
And now you'll have a chance to actually stealth the next part of the level, so it's kind of one of those resets we were talking about. Yeah, it's pretty much how our combat can go from stealthy to loud really, really quick. And you know, if you're resourceful, you can make it out of there alive, right?
Great. Thanks, Phil. For more on all things Rise of the Tomb Raider, you're already in the right place right here at IGN.